Hello and welcome to another episode of About Town on Citi TV. My name is Philip Nii Lartey. It's already day 5 of the lockdown in Greater Accra region, and today I will take you through some parts of Accra as we get to see how people are living their lives during this period. Currently, we are on the Odokor-Kaneshie stretch, and this particular stretch on a normal day is supposed to have a lot of vehicular activities. But as of today, the situation isn't safe because a lot of people are in their houses, and that is the directive from the president, so to help curb the spread of coronavirus in Ghana. So we just bypassed a traffic light, which actually was on as green, driving closely to Kaneshie Market. And hopefully when we get there, you get to see how, whether the place is busy or not busy when we get there, and we get to see. So around you can see a lot of shops closed. On my left, we have shops closed. You just bypass some Lotto kiosk shops. Vehicles are parked. Probably we should have more of this happening at other places, but as you can see, the bread seller sitting there, virtually nobody is there to even buy. And right in front of us is as well someone selling yam, and we can just see one person or two people purchasing from her. And this is what is happening in Accra on the Odokor-Kaneshie stretch. So you can just see two people standing on my left side. The organizer actually, he's just taking a nap because nobody is coming in to have his or her vehicle fixed. And that is what is happening on the streets of Odokor to Kaneshie Road. Still on my left, some banks, Absa Group, as whether operating or not, I think it's closed. Still more shops ahead are closed, and this is what is happening on the Accra to Odokor stretch through Kaneshie. And this is About Town on Citi TV. We give you updates and inform you of what is happening in Accra as the lockdown is enforced. And this is more or less people are in their various houses, more shops closed, individuals are in their homes, but just except a few of them trying to go about their daily activities. Probably we would term it as essential service providers. For instance, we have on my left, we have someone selling sort of provisions or assorted drinks, biscuits. The mobile money vendor is also there. The mobile money vendor also tagged as an essential service provider in this particular period because we cannot go away with finances during this period. You can see the bread and egg seller also there. Some gentlemen are also sitting there. I'm sure that is a bakery. Loaves of bread packed on the table, waiting for people to come and purchase it. And this is what is happening on parts of the Odokor to Kaneshie stretch. So you know what? We will get close to these people and speak to them, how they are living their lives during this lockdown. It's already day 5 of the lockdown. We will speak to them briefly and find out how it's been so far. So, sir, what is your name?
Thomas Pratt.
Thomas Pratt.
Yeah.
And what are you doing here? Ideally, you are supposed to be at home.
Your
name again?
Thomas Pratt.
Thomas Pratt. And what are you doing here?
We are bakers.
We are bakers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, and how is business going?
It's not going correct. How is going? Okay, it's cool because of the sickness, you know. That's why.
So, like ideally, how much will you sell if we didn't have a lockdown in Accra?
Oh, we sell many. Because nowadays how the market was going, that's why we are make like lonely and those things. You see how here was doing like nobody is passing and those things.
So if nobody is passing, nobody is coming, why don't you pack and go home?
Oh, because our own is the one that we ate. So we can't pack it. Because if you pack it, there is, I don't know, like the hungry will come.
Okay, so people will go hungry. So are you going to stay here till evening?
Yeah, like 8 o'clock, then you close.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
And what time did you start?
Oh, we start around 4 going.
So that's Thomas for you. Thomas says that he works with the bakery firm and they are producing loaves of bread to sell to the general public. I wish to speak to this gentleman as well. Sir, what's your name?
I'm Prince.
Prince what?
Forsen.
Prince
Forsen.
Prince Forsen. What are you doing here?
I just came back from work.
Oh, you where?
Rachel Osu.
Oh, okay. So what do you do?
We do a lot of different traditional food. My house is here, so I just come back from the work. So I have to take some small fresh air and go.
Also, certainly he's also an essential service provider because he works with a restaurant and that is what he's telling you. He just returned from work. So we will still go in there and find out how the business is moving here. It's so interesting that people are baking bread. Oh, amazing. What some beautiful center we have here. Boss, what's your name?
My name is Ima.
Emmanuel what?
Aka.
And how is business going during this lockdown period?
Oh, business is not moving well because of the pandemic time. Everything is going slow.
Wow. So it's already day 5 of the lockdown. How many loaves of bread do you bake during a day or in a day because of this particular lockdown? Oh, okay. So Yima actually wants to close the oven before he speaks more because the heat that I'm feeling the heat here is certainly unbearable. But this is the business he runs and he has to do it during the lockdown. So this is day 5 of the lockdown. How many loaves of bread do you bake during this period?
Sometimes we can bake like 5 or 6 bags. But as doing this pandemic period, we can't bake 20, so we can bake just 2 bags or people are not coming for the bread.
People are not coming in for the bread. Yeah. So with this one that you've baked right now, how are you going to sell them? You are just saying that people are not coming in for the bread.
Sometimes if we day here, some people are coming just one by one, but it's not like the previous time.
Okay. So it's still 5 days into the lockdown. So how are you going to take the rest of the 9 days?
We are still managing.
Okay, so you just heard from Yima. He says that he is managing. We are still on the Accra Kaneshie stretch, but let's find out what this woman has for us.
What's
your name, madam?
From Amasewa.
So you also heard from Amasewa, also asking that at least the financial institutions should consider them during this period because they are not able to pay their loans that they are using for their business. So you still move to other places. So still on the Accra Odokor stretch through Kaneshie, we are still on this particular stretch and you can see just few vehicles moving on this particular road. Previously, before the lockdown, you notice that we will have a lot of vehicles on this stretch, vehicular traffic on this particular road because it's actually a Friday. But the story isn't the same today. On my left is the Accra Academy, and this is one of the second cycle institutions in Ghana, which is along the Accra Odokor stretch through Kaneshie. And on my left is the bungalow of police or police service staff. That is their bungalow, parked along the stretch. some vehicles for sale. You can get to see taxis, you can get to see some old vehicles and minibuses, 207 buses, that is sprinter buses, so on and so forth, packed along the stretch waiting for buyers. We are still heading towards First Light, which is on the Kaneshie Odokor stretch. So we find out the situation there. This particular road, that is the First Light stretch, shouldn't have less than 100 vehicle if lockdown wasn't enforced. But today I can count less than 10 on this particular stretch. This tells you that a lot of people are indoors obeying the lockdown that has been enforced to prevent the spread of this virus. So on my left is Accra Academy, Bleu. That is the entrance of Accra Academy, and the students are away in their various homes because of the directive given by the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, because all students have to go home and ensure that the lockdown is enforced. This place is known as First Light, but unfortunately there is no security personnel here to ask us for our ID or even to speak to us, asking us questions. So you just bypass and just continue our journey to Kaneshie. So few meters away ahead, we will get to see the big market in Accra, one of the big markets in Accra, which is the Kaneshie market complex. This stretch as well, on a normal day, which is a Friday, should have a lot of vehicles on it, but today the situation is the same. On my left, both sides of the road, shops are closed. Shops are closed. Everybody is obeying the directive to be at home, to stay home, because that is the best way we can all get the spread of the virus kept or prevented. Just some few people, I'm sure they are residents of this area, walking about, going about their daily activities, because some of them may have gone to get food, or they have gone to get services provided by the essential service providers. So we are still on. You can see the woman who is coming carrying her basket full of pear. This is a basket full of pear. She's actually one of the service providers in Ghana. We all need food to survive, so she's part of the service providers. As you can see, the pharmacy on my right, this pharmacy has also opened to ensure that people get drugs, they get medicine during this period. So when someone is sick, someone is ill, the individual will be able to get drug which will help prevent or maintain the person as preparations are made to take the person to the health facility. You can still see some market women. Certainly this place is the entrance of the Kaneshie market. We are on that stretch, so you can see the market woman here selling cassava. We will try and speak to her and ask her how business is going. She's selling cassava, removing the cassava from the sack. Mommy, I saying, you might cost saying. And then what one there?
Kakra.
Because what one they saying?
200.
200 cedis. Then she's making real good money. She sold 200 Ghana cedis, and she's saying that she's making a lot. In mommy time and I buy.
Me do have 6 in the moon.
6 anapa. Time and I
Oh, my phone. Me want to my phone.
Okay, so into sacks now had any idea.
Never trying.
So she's making real good money. Mommy, you're saying?
Auntie Amma.
So that is it from Auntie Amma. She's actually into the sale of cassava, and she sold already 200 Ghana cedis, and this is what she's been doing since morning. She came here as of 6 a.m. On a normal day, Auntie Amma, who is into the sale of cassava, will sell 500 Ghana cedis according to her, but because of the lockdown and low patronage, she as of 3 p.m. on Friday, she sold 200 cedis worth of cassava. This is still About Town on Citi TV. My name is Philip Nii Lartey. We are in the Kaneshie Market Complex, and this place is now very quiet. This is not the normal situation here. You should have a lot of public transport vehicles on my right, parked as passengers drop and are being picked. The banks are closed, the shops are closed. A lot of shops are closed. They should all be open by now, if not for the lockdown, vibrantly working as people troop in and out to do transactions. But today, the situation isn't like that. You can just see few people walking around, and the very pallets you are seeing along the road on my right are pallets where hawkers are supposed to put their wares on to sell to the general public. This is still About Town on Citi TV. So this is the situation at the Kaneshie Market Complex vicinity, and this situation is as a result of the lockdown in Accra. We are still going to move ahead and still tell you more of how individuals are living their lives during this lockdown. So this is the mosque within the Odokor-Kaneshie vicinity. We will try and get inside and find out how activity is today, because it's a Friday. On a normal day, we should have a lot of Muslims coming in here to pray. What is your name, sir?
I'm calling Ahmadu Yakubu.
Okay, so Yakubu Tijani, and you are here as
Caretaker.
What's the situation here today? We are seeing a less number of people here. Is it that totally nobody comes around to?
No, nobody comes around, because today is 3 weeks now. Nobody comes for prayer. You know, say every Muslim, be Friday be our prayer day, but nobody comes since 3 weeks now. Today is the 3 weeks. Nobody comes for prayer. So what is going on? In fact, me myself, I can't just tell.
If not for the directive from the president for all gatherings to come to a halt, how many Muslims will we see here today worshiping Allah?
Nobody can. Nobody.
I'm saying that if not for the directive from the president, like on a normal day, how many Muslims will come here on a Friday?
Oh, we are plenty. Majority. We are plenty. Over 1,000 something there. Like Fridays like this. Normal day, we used to pray 1 o'clock prayer, 3 o'clock prayer, 6 o'clock prayer, 7 o'clock prayer. But now they ban all. Nobody pray. They ban all. They say we should. So according to Chief Imam, he says I should lock the mosque. Nobody should come inside for prayer. The Imam himself, I should tell him to not give prayer. So the Imam left. He has gone to his house there since about 3 weeks now.
Okay, so that is the situation. About 3 weeks now, the situation is same. But I'll still walk you through so we can see how the situation is like here. We should have all the doors opened as of now, but they are closed. They are under lock and key. The place is virtually empty. This is the mosque within the Odokor-Kaneshie enclave. This mosque should have been opened by now for Muslims to come and pray, because it's a Friday, but the situation isn't same today. Just a few buta you can see around. I'm sure that individuals do come here to still come and sit around, but according to Tijani, who is the caretaker here, he says that nothing of such happens here. So as you can see inside the mosque, there's virtually empty. Inside the mosque is virtually empty, and the chief imam often comes here to lead prayers here, if not for the directive from the president that all general activities or general gatherings should come to a halt. The chief imam has equally given a directive that we should not, or the caretaker shouldn't open the place for any Muslim to come around and use the facility or pray. So we are still touring the place and trying to see how the situation is here at the mosque within the Odokor-Kaneshie enclave. And it's interesting that we would have seen a lot of people here. Yeah, certainly we would have seen a lot of people here. The mosque is very huge. It's a very big place, and according to the caretaker, we should have hundreds, if not thousands, of people trooping in daily to have prayers. So how is this affecting the whole situation here? Aren't you sometimes, so are you trying to say that you are often here alone?
Yeah, I'm here alone. I'm here alone. For the National Chief Imam, he put me here since 1992. So I'm here alone.
1991?
1992.
So you've been here for
over 27 years there. Over 27 years plus.
Wow.
That I'm here, yeah.
So if you've been here over 27 years plus, and this wasn't the situation?
Yes. This is not the situation, but what comes? Only God, only God.
But now Chief Imam has made you the caretaker here from 1992, and he's asked you to shut all the doors. Do you get some of your Muslim brothers and sisters coming in to maybe knock at the various gates to ask you?
No.
Why that?
Nobody comes to ask me anything because they know the situation that's going on. So they don't disturb me, they don't worry me about that to ask me what's going on, the things or that. No, nobody comes.
So you heard from the caretaker of the mosque within the Odokor-Kaneshie enclave, and he is saying that the situation wasn't safe. He has been manning here for the past 27 good years, close to 28 years. But today, virtually the place is empty because of the directive from government that all gatherings should come to a halt and the 14 days lockdown in Accra. My name is Nii Lartey. This is still About Town on Citi TV. On the Kaneshie Mortuary Road, you can definitely find a lot of people in the coffin business. This place should have been very busy as individuals will be buying coffin for burial, which often happens on Saturday, but the situation is not same as of now. This is a white one, and that is a very nice coffin. And we'll speak to the manufacturer of this particular coffin, though it's a lockdown. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Yes, sir. It's Amuzu. Amuzu believe.
Amuzu believe.
Yeah.
Ejuma say.
Ejuma Accra home. But no na say mra agent no man kwai.
Nko phone to coffin sa. Na first na moto coffin pa.
Accra. So you was 70 years. So bibi ba eto.
Be week na nko for send na to me to coffin time na yare nemba na yen sa inclusive down on nyama no na coffin send out me ton.
Oh. Obi o ho na o tube to me ayi back. Na say mienu. Na say order obanya. Na o dey ayi.
So that is Mr. Muzu for you. He is into the coffin business, and he says that he used to sell at least 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 within a week when this coronavirus pandemic wasn't in the country, and when the order from the president wasn't enforced that all gatherings should come to a halt. He sells one for at least 1,100, 1,200, 1,600, 1,800, depending on the quality of the wood. To my right is Old Fadama, and that is also a dumping site. Actually,
we should have enough activity happening there. The situation isn't like that, but though individuals are going about their business, 1, 2, 3 of them are going about their business. The stretch here leads to Kolebu, straight to the Lavender Hill, and this place leads to the Obechebi runabout. This is About Town. My name is Philip Nii Lartey, and you're watching the show on Citi TV.